Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to steer a car with the palming method. In this video, I'll be showing you a simple one-handed steering method that you can use to actually steer the car. It's called the palming method, and it's really easy to use and it's really effective. If you're steering with one hand, like if you're driving a manual car or anything like that, something that causes you to steer with one hand, it's a really awesome steering method. Now let's get right to it. I'll be showing you how to use it at a standstill first, then I'll drive around on a few of these side streets and I'll show you how to do it as I'm driving. So what you want to do is you want to focus on using the palm of your hand to apply pressure to the steering wheel and use that pressure to actually turn the steering wheel right or left, okay? Counterclockwise or clockwise, clockwise or counterclockwise, however you want to say it in whichever order. Okay, so let's get right to it. Let's say you're driving down the street and you want to keep sort of a straight line, you just want to stay in the lane. You want to get your hand at roughly the 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 11 o'clock position, anywhere along the top over here, right? And you want to hold your hand like that. Now, the palming method comes into play when you want to actually turn the steering wheel. So what you want to do is you want to release that grip pretty much, and you want to press your palm against the wheel. And let's say this is the wheel. When you press your palm against the wheel, as you turn the wheel, you're gripping it, but your hand is also rotating on the wheel, on wherever you're gripping. So let's say I wanted to turn left, I would palm it and put pressure like that, and I would turn to the left. Check that out. So my hand, as you can see, is rotating on the wheel right here as the wheel is rotating. Just like that. Check that out. Okay, now let's say I wanted to turn right. I'm just putting pressure right here, right in sort of the meaty portion of your hand. I'm putting pressure there, and I'm just turning, just like that. Very easy, very simple. Now, not only is this an effective way of turning the wheel, but you can turn the wheel really quickly, and also you get a little bit of a shoulder workout when you're turning the wheel. So if you want to work out your shoulder, whether it's your left or right, depending on how you're using this method, and you know where your steering wheel is situated in the car, it's a very, very good workout for your shoulder too. That's an added bonus. So I'm buckled up. We're gonna actually reverse out of this parking spot. We will go around some of these side streets and I'll show you the method. So as I'm reversing, I'm just gonna go straight out and then I'll use the palming method to sort of turn the wheel. Now that I'm cleared past the car over there, palming method, check that out. It's so easy to turn the wheel with this method, and it's so quick. Now what I'm going to try to do is just steer throughout this entire video with the palming method. Now I might put two hands on the wheel because that's sort of my habit now that I'm driving an automatic car, but when I drove a manual car, I used this method very, very frequently, because if you can imagine shifting through the gears, which sometimes I miss as I'm pretending to do it right now, it's a really good and effective way, and a good and effective way to actually, you know, steer a car with one hand. All right, so I'm gonna make a right-hand turn over here, put my signal on, no traffic, check my blind spot, and check that out. Now, as you can see right here, one thing that I'm doing is when I'm reaching the top of the wheel again, as I'm making that turn, I'm sort of maneuvering my hand, you know, gripping my hand around the wheel again. So I'm palming throughout the turn, but then I'm gripping towards the top one more time, which is something that I like doing because it gives me a little bit of an added safety within the steering, right? You know, I can palm and just turn the wheel all the time while palming the wheel, but you know, if I grip towards the top, it just adds another level of safety towards the steering, another level of effectiveness towards keeping the wheel where I want it to be. It gives me an added grip. So what I'll do now is I'll make a left, and then I'll probably just do a 3-point turn or a U-turn or something, and then we'll finish the video after I've, you know, turned the wheel a few more times. So let's make a left-hand turn right here. That was a pretty long street. So as you can see, checking my mirrors, blind spot, signals on, we palm the steering wheel and we turn it just like that. Check that out. So easy. And let's say you're driving a manual car, you could shift through just like that. We'll make a few more turns just to really drive it home, per se, no pun intended, just to really give you a better idea of how to palm the steering wheel and steer with the palming method. Check this out. Okay, just like that. It allows you to really steer effectively, easily and effectively. So we are going to just pull onto the street right here. We'll do a few more turns and then we'll call it a day for this video. Just like that. You can see a rolling turn. It's effective at, there was no stop sign there, so I call that sort of a rolling turn, or a turn that I have to roll through. It's very effective. We have a turn in the road right here. I'm gonna just turn just like this, really easily. And then we actually have a little bit of almost like a roundabout right here. So I'm just going to use the palming method to sort of turn the wheel all the way, get all the way just like that. I'm gripping it at the bottom. So as you can see, sometimes, like I said, when I reach the top or the bottom, or when I'm holding the wheel throughout the turn, I might grip it. So right now I'm gripping it down here. And that's just something that I do. That's not really, you know, something that I would even recommend. It's just something that I've grown into the habit of doing because it gives me an added layer of grip over the steering wheel. And that's basically it. In this video, I've shown you how to steer a car while palming the steering wheel, using the palming method to steer a car. It's a really effective way to steer a car with one hand, to effectively turn that wheel quickly and slowly using one hand. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. Do you like this method? Have you used this method before, or do you dislike it? Let me know as a comment down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.